What's going on, guys? It's Mesmer here. Welcome to another year, another Call of Duty. Here we are, Call of Duty 2020. And yes, it is that time of year where I actually have a look at the NAT type issues of this game. Currently, as you can see, it kind of is flicking between all these. But we got NAT type open down here. You can also check this by going to settings and going to your account and network here. You then have your NAT type, which mine is currently open. So if yours says anything other than open, we're actually going to fix that now. So come with me to the desktop. Alright, so here we are on the desktop. Obviously, I've got a folder open at the moment. So what you'll need to do is open your file explorer. You can either find that by, usually it's pinned on the bottom taskbar here, or you can type in here File Explorer and it should pop up. Then you want to go under Network in the left hand side and you should see your network infrastructure. If something doesn't pop up there, I'll show you another way, but this generally should be here. Yours will be called something different. But you want to right click and go Properties. Now it could come up with two tabs here. If it comes up with just this, what we're going to do is we can actually right click and go View Device Web Page, and then that will take you to the website which is here. So your one, should be something similar to that. And then, yeah, you can go to, usually it's under the internet settings and it'll be called either port mapping or port forwarding. Mine's called port mapping. You can actually see here, I've already added a service to this. So you've got COD, I've just called it that, and that's actually bound to my IP. So what you'll need to do, if we're doing this from the start, you need to find out your IP for the device you're using. For Xbox and PlayStation, that is different. That's actually under the settings on the device itself. So you would need to go into the settings and look at the network and find your IPv4 address is usually what it's called. If you're on a computer, all you need to do is actually go to a command prompt window. So you can do that by, pressing in here. You can type in command prompt and that will open that. Or you can press the Windows key plus X at the same time. It will bring up the little shortcut window, and then you can look for PowerShell or command prompt there. So what you need to do is you need to type in ipconfig. That will give you this list of whatever your adapter is. So I'm currently plugged in with a cable, so I'm using my Ethernet adapter. If yours is wireless, yours will say wireless LAN adapter. So what I'm looking for now is this here. So this is actually the local IP of my machine. So this doesn't actually go outside of the network unless I port forward it. So most of the time, games and stuff actually have smart port forwarding built in, or they use a port in their game that most routers actually accept. What we're actually going to do is we have to actually get this and open it to a specific port if your router is a bit harsh. So you need to write this down and have that handy. Your one may not be this, so don't just write down mine. Your one could be actually something different. Your one might not end in 103. Your one might end in 1 through to 10, for example. But you need that, and then you need to go back to this area here, and you need to click like the add symbol, like a plus, and then you can call it whatever you like. Let's go COD 2020. When you choose a protocol, you can choose both. And then the device, you can bind it to something. What you can actually do is find the device here. Usually you can type it in. But what ends up happening is that's my desktop PC's automated name. But it fills that in. You can search for your device if yours actually has it. Instead, what I find it's best to do is just go through and type in these numbers, and if the device is available there, it will pop up and show it. So what you can do sometimes is you can have a port, just a specific port, or a port range. A port range is where you actually go Call of Duty port So if you search this, you can actually see the different ports. So these are the known Activision ports here. So you got 3074, which is typically the one that you need. But when it says this here, see, that's 27014 with the range up to 27050. So you've actually got quite a range there. So if your router actually supports that, you could do that. You could put the start range, the end range. The LAN port range you can keep the same. So yeah, you just want to open any of these ports here. And what ends up happening is in the game, now that port is where all the traffic is technically going through. So any of the game traffic, once that port's open, it's essentially like unlocking the gate. Now any of the actual traffic can come through. So typically what you'll get is, if you're on a strict NAT type, you might actually go up to moderate. If you're on moderate, you might go to open. If your NAT type is already open, you can still do this and you may actually get a better connection overall. Obviously, most of this is actually going to come down to how well your ISP processes your network. So you could always check with them, make sure you're getting the best deal. You'll obviously want a set amount of internet speed. You can't just play this on basic slow speed. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much else to port forwarding. It's simply just, yeah, find out your IP. You need to log into your main router. You can either do that by going to the network tab in the File Explorer, clicking on properties, and then it will come up with like another tab here. You can start to add ports there. Or what I find is easiest is to actually go to the device web page, go under the internet setting usually, find port forwarding or port mapping, and then actually add the service, and that's where you use your local IP here, so which is your IPv4 address for whatever device. This will work for Xbox, PS4. So you just find the IP for it. You then need to look up the ports you want. So here, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. It's unconfirmed if the PS5 or the Xbox One X will use, or the Xbox Series X will use different ports. I would say just add any of these anyway, because it's probably actually going to be the same. And you'll see like some of these ports are the same in amongst all of them. 3074 is typically the one that you always need to forward, so I would always do that. And that's the only one I've forwarded to get an open NAT type. So yeah, so hopefully this video helps. If you have any troubles, just send me a message, comment on the video. Make sure you subscribe as well. It'll really help out. Shows that the video is actually making a difference. And yeah, basically just keep doing what you're doing. If your NAT type stays on strict, unfortunately, yeah, not much else I can help with if this doesn't help. But yeah, see how you go, and yeah, make sure you just have a good time. Yeah, enjoy COD 2020, and I'll see you later.